Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the One Genie Family Podcast. I'm your host, this week's Nerd Herder. We got a week to go until the release of Pokémon Legends Arceus, which is unbelievably exciting. But this next week is also going to feel like a drag. And also, the game got leaked, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to be able to be careful when being online. I haven't been on the main timeline of Twitter at all since the game got leaked, because I want to avoid any and all spoilers until the game comes out. I'm really looking forward to this game, though. But in the meantime, while I stay away from Twitter and pretty much all social media in general, and even a few Discord servers, I got some other things that I'm going to be working on until next Friday. Finally working on my first drawing of the year. Originally, I was working on a cover for my Pro Shipping Christmas fic, but I never finished that. Maybe I'll get around to that if I get bored and have nothing else to do. But that's probably not going to happen given how lazy I am. And also clearing out my game backlog, because I've been working on a few games here and there. Like, for example, I actually finished the Switch version of Spirit of the North. That's my second time playing through the game, actually, and it is an absolutely gorgeous game. I wouldn't recommend it on Switch, though, as it doesn't run well on Switch, but on PS4 and PC, which is what I played it on, it ran very well, and it's just a fantastic game. It's a great game to hold you over until Legends comes out, if you need anything to keep you busy until then. Alright, following that, speaking of Legends, a 360 video showcasing the area of the game was released earlier this week. I think it was released a little too early by accident. One night, like on Monday or so, I can't remember. But it was posted on Pokemon's Chinese YouTube channel, and then it was quickly privated, and then a couple days later, it went back up, or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a crazy week. But the 360 video is cool in itself, but it's one of those videos that you have to experience in VR if you have one. So I booted up my Oculus Quest 2 the other night, and it was trippy watching some of those scenes in VR. It's a really cool experience. I thought I was gonna trip and fall my ass. So I had to grab my chair just so that I don't fall while standing. So it's a good experience. It's really cool, though. It's a really cool video, and I really do think you should probably go check it out. And if you have any kind of VR headset, to definitely watch it on that, because that is definitely the best way to experience those videos. It is so cool. It feels like you're really in there, and so that video is in first person. And I don't remember how long the video itself is. Let me go take a look here. I'm gonna mute the tab and then go to Pokemon's English YouTube channel, because they did release it on the English channel. Yeah. Okay. So apparently the 360 video is a little over 2 minutes long, but it certainly feels a lot longer than that, at least in the moment. But it's really cool and really trippy. Definitely go watch it. All right. And we already have our technically the first distribution for Pokemon Legends, and the game isn't even out yet, but this is going to be Japan exclusive for this first distribution, unfortunately. And it's also going to be released for BDSP as well, as this is going to be a special Piplup to coincide with a special collaboration at select Japanese Pokemon centers. And if you give them a special keyword, then you will be provided a special Piplup. The BDSP version will have the moves Hydro Pump, Pluck, Work Up, and Attract. And the Legends version is going to have Bubble, Baby Doll Eyes, Roost, and Double Edge. I'm sorry. Piplup can get Double Edge? Is that new for Legends? Hold up. I gotta know. Alright, looking at its BDSP moveset, and that's new. Piplup's moveset, some Pokemon's movesets are going to get expanded in Legends. That's exciting. Can you get Wait, was it able to get Roost as well? No, it wasn't able to get Roost. Huh. That's kind of neat. That is really neat. Kind of had a feeling it was going to be like that. But that basically confirms that some Pokemon are going to have their movesets expanded in Legends. That's pretty cool. I did not realize that until I actually sat down to record this episode. So, cool. So Pokemon are getting their movesets expanded, at least for some of them. Not sure how many are even going to be in the game, but we got a week to find that out. Alright, so moving past that, as the first set of episodes for the Legend Special in Pokemon Journeys have aired on Amazon Prime JP, with the last set coming out, I believe, next week? Is it next week? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Alright, so it's 4 episodes? I must be getting myself mixed up with something else, because in the back of my mind, I thought it was 8 episodes, 4 1 week and 4 another, but no, it's just 4 episodes, 2 1 week and 2 in the next week. Huh. Really interesting. Very interesting. I guess I'm just misremembering details, like I tend to do all the damn time. Go me. Alright, I'm not going to be able to watch it for a good while because obviously it's only available on Amazon Prime in Japan, which really sucks. Though I did see, I can't remember if I saw Raph tweet about the fact that some subs is going to put out subs for the special, but I can't remember. I would go check, but I want to stay away from Twitter because leaks and stuff like that, and I'd rather not be spoiled, so, yeah. But, prior to the special airing, we got to see that Brock has his Croagunk back. That is very, very exciting. When I first saw the trailer for the special on the Japanese Amazon Prime website, I was like, oh shit, Laurentia is gonna lose their mind. So I took a screenshot, tagged them on Discord, and they popped off. They really popped off on Discord, and they have every right to pop off because who can blame them? Brock's Croagunk is absolutely amazing. So it's amazing to have Croagunk back after so freaking long. Hopefully I'll be able to watch it soon. You can see this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. Alright, so that's all I can really say about this special for now, because, without being able to watch it because of it being watched at Amazon Prime JP, it's not much for an international viewer like me to do. So we just got to wait and hope that it'll come out to the West for the dub. But only time and space will tell. I'm sorry, Sam, for stealing your line once again. Speaking of the dub, the next set of episodes for the dub is now available on Netflix here in the US. So that's cool. I gotta catch up on Journeys. I haven't seen it in a while. Okay. Oh yeah. Considering that we're a week away from Legends, I thought for sure that we were gonna have a special edition Nintendo Switch to coincide with the release of Pokemon Legends Arceus, much like how we got a special edition Switch for BDSP. But that did not happen. Not even for the Switch OLED. In fact, the only company that I've seen that is making Legends stuff for the game's release is Hori, as they're releasing their carrying case, some kind of travel, looks like some kind of travel bag, and a special edition Split Pad Pro. Granted, they all look cool, but I don't need any of this stuff. I already got plenty of cases. I definitely don't need a travel bag, and I already have a Split Pad Pro. But if you were on the fence of buying a Split Pad Pro, I would definitely look into the Legends edition, because that looks cool, and the Split Pad Pro is a fantastic controller. I highly recommend picking one up if you haven't done so already, especially if you use your full-size Switch in handheld mode a lot of the time. It's a great pickup. All right. So now that the calendar is in 2022, Pokemon's 25th anniversary has since come to a close for the most part. So my overall thoughts on this giant celebration, I feel like it was just okay. The P25 music collab stuff was, it was fine. It was a little underwhelming though, so didn't really wow me. There wasn't much celebrations other than that, along with BDSP and Pokemon Evolutions, but there wasn't much else. No collection or anything of that sort. So it was, it definitely could have been better, but it could have gotten the Zelda treatment with little celebration at all. So I guess we'll take what we can take. But yeah, it's a little underwhelming, but whatever. I have seen some people talk about the idea of Pokemon releasing another game for 2022, this one being for the holiday season. And yeah, I have mixed feelings about this because, Legends is coming out next week, but I feel like the only way that they can get away with it is the fact that the January is included in a fiscal year. So they can have two sets of games for one fiscal year and another set of games for the next fiscal year, even though they would be in the same calendar year. But I feel like, with Legends coming out so soon and releasing another game after that, it would be a little overwhelming. And plus, you can tell I have such mixed feelings because I can't really gather my thoughts and opinions about this whole thing. But, if it were to be a new game this year, I feel like it would have to be a Let's Go game, honestly. Because, we got a big flagship game coming out within a week. Less than a week by the time this episode goes up. So I feel like if Pokemon really wanted to get another main series game out for 2022 for the holiday season, it would probably be a Let's Go game. Even though we just got BDSP just 2 months ago. It's weird. It is a great time to be a Pokemon fan, but it's also a weird one because, what's Pokemon going to do for 2022? Because they're so used to releasing big games for the holiday season. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if we'll get a Pokemon Presents in February or not. But that's a month out. Let's focus on what's happening right now. Alright. Moving past that, to Pokemon Cafe Remix, as it's all players are going to be eligible to receive a shiny Rowlet via daily login. If you log in on the 5th day, you'll be able to get your free shiny Rowlet. So that's cool. I gotta do that. I think I only logged in once so far. I've been kind of sporadic ever since the fall picks have been ended. I do like the game. It's just, mobile games are not really types of games that I tend to prioritize, let alone spend a lot of time in to begin with. But really do except for be Pokemon Go. But even that, I've dialed back a bit. And speaking of Pokemon Go, tomorrow, well, yesterday as of when this episode goes up, will be the Bulbasaur Community Day Classic, which will run from 2 to 5 local time. Just like the old Community Days. Editing this episode's going to be a pain in the neck because I usually edit on Saturdays, and this Community Day is going to be on a Saturday. It's gonna be a little awkward. But hopefully this episode won't be too difficult to edit so that I can get this done before I start playing. But I'm probably not gonna do much to begin with. I might just get the 3 shiny Bulbasaur and just move on, because I have a shiny Venusaur in Sword and Shield that I got from a random raid. And it's not G-Max, but having some extra shiny Venusaur wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, shiny Bulbasaur is a really good shiny as well. It's definitely the best of the 3 Kanto starters. So I'll definitely it's a good opportunity for me to finally get that shiny because I missed out on the original community day, even though I've been playing the game since it came out in July of 2016. But whatever. All right. Moving past that, I can't remember if we discussed this in an earlier episode, and if we did, then oops, my mistake. But I wanted to talk about this one little question. That is, when you get told about a certain Pokemon region, or if a certain Pokemon region just pops into your mind in general, what's the first Pokemon that comes to your mind immediately when you think of it? I feel like this would be such a fun discussion to have with the entire crew, but unfortunately no one else is able to make it this week. Looks like one of the crew members is checking the document because I see an anonymous icon. So that's interesting. But regardless, so I'm just going to go through my choices rapid fire. So for Kanto, of course, Vulpix. For Johto, it's actually going to be Espeon. Espeon and Umbreon are such iconic Pokemon from Gen 2. Ampharos is another one that would pop in my mind as well. For Alligator, it's another easy pick for me because I have so much nostalgia for Alligator. Alright, for Hoenn, it'll be Flygon. I could easily spot that with one of the starters as well because Hoenn has some fantastic starters. But Flygon, it's just my favorite Pokemon from the Hoenn region, so I think that would be my pick for me. For Sinnoh, it would be Piplup because of just how iconic it is, especially when talking the anime. And speaking of, I keep going back to watch the freaking the DB ending medley music video that came out last week. I've lost count as to how many times I've watched it. It's such a phenomenal video. How many views does it have on YouTube? I'm kind of curious. It has 1.6 million views on YouTube. That is really impressive. Obviously, I can't open it and play it in the background because copyright. But that's amazing. It's just, if you haven't seen that video yet, go watch it. It's so good. It's on Pokemon's Japanese YouTube channel. All right. And finally, with Legends out next week, I feel like it's finally time to give our closing thoughts on Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl. I did say I was going to put up a video for this, but I never got around to producing it, and I don't think I'm going to be able to, because I just have so many other things that I want to prioritize instead of making another video. So, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Oh boy. There have been plenty of mixed opinions about these games, but I personally think that these are really good remakes. These have been my most anticipated games for a long while. If you saw my reaction back when the games were first revealed, along with Legends, they know that I, along with the rest of the crew, popped off when we saw the games for the first time. And having actually played them, I haven't finished everything in this game yet because there is so much stuff to do in the post-game. And honestly, I think that's where BDSP shines the most. There's just so much post-game content. It's actually insane. The ending and even the entire post-game has quite a, definitely has a bit of a bite to it in terms of difficulty, which is no doubt really cool, a breath of fresh air, given how easy some more recent Pokemon games have been. I honestly could care less about the legendary hunt in this game, though. Like, I like the idea of Ramadas Park, but requiring you to dig for mysterious shards in the underground, which are rare to begin with, is not my favorite. Like, granted, this is something that you should be doing with friends, or just with other people in general, instead of digging on your own, like I've been doing pretty much the entire time. I did a little bit of hunting on stream on Twitch a few weeks ago, and yeah, I actually did get some mysterious shards, but that just took a while in general, and it's not really my favorite way of getting the legendaries. The music is fantastic. I love the backgrounds. The battle backgrounds in BDSP in general are top tier. Honestly, some of the best, probably the best backgrounds that we've gotten for a 3D Pokemon game. Of course, that's before Legends, but if we're talking the classic turn-based games, I think BDSP probably has the best battle backgrounds, honestly. And the soundtrack, good lord, the soundtrack of the game as a whole is just 10 out of 10. Easy, perfect. Just how else can I describe the fact that Rolling Time Trying to Crawl might very well have my favorite soundtrack of any Pokemon game? It's just handled so freaking well. It's actually phenomenal. The composer of the game did such a fantastic job with the soundtrack. I think this is the same composer that worked on the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee soundtrack. Which, if that's the case, then awesome. They did such a good job with Let's Go soundtrack, and well, Pokemon games tend to have really good music in general, so it's no surprise that BDSP has such good music, but the original Diamond and Pearl already had a fantastic soundtrack, and this one just cranks it up to 11, and there were some very good surprises in here that just blew my mind, particularly to the crew members. If you haven't finished BDSP yet, this is a spoiler alert, just skip ahead a few seconds, about like 20 to 30 seconds. But Giratina's battle theme got remastered in this game, and I was floored when I first listened to it. Oh my god, I did not expect that battle theme to get remastered in this game, and yet it did. And I am so thrilled. And same goes for the rest of the soundtrack. It is a phenomenal. It's just, I don't know what else I can say to describe the soundtrack of BDSP. It's honestly one of my favorite parts about the game. The aesthetics I honestly really love. I love the chibi aesthetic of this game. It kind of fits it perfectly. Playing through the actual game, it is easy in a lot of parts, but once you get to the Pokemon League, that's when it really starts to ramp up the difficulty. But it kind of happens out of nowhere, so players don't really have much warning in advance that the Pokemon League is going to be a lot more difficult than you might remember from the original Diamond and Pearl. And I can only imagine how it's like for people that never got to experience Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, so this might come as a surprise to them. But for those that are looking for a challenge, I feel like BDSP might fit that bill, especially if you keep an eye on your levels, because, but the making the EXP share being the same way as Sword and Shield, it can be pretty easy to overlevel, especially if you just battle every trainer and explore every single corner of the game. But for me, I did not have problems with overleveling. I just realized I never finished what Pokemon comes to mind when I think of a certain region. I just realized that. Okay, so I left off on Sinnoh. So for Unova, Zoroark, that's an easy one. Kalos, I have a few that I can think of, like Sylveon and Auroras, but Greninja, it's such an iconic Pokemon, whether we like it or not. But yeah, it's one of the most popular Pokemon of all time. It would kind of be a crime to not think about Greninja the second you think about Kalos, due to just how iconic Greninja is as a whole. For Alola, Primarina, it's my favorite Pokemon. It's an easy one for me. And for Galar, my pick would actually be Cinderace, mainly because in the anime, Ghost, I actually really like Ghost Cinderace a lot, and I've come to appreciate Cinderace a lot more as time goes on. It goes like, all right, I like this when I first saw it, but as I watch more of Journeys and just see all the art and a lot of people talking about Cinderace as a whole, it's made me appreciate Cinderace a lot more, and Yeah, I think Bolton is still my favorite Pokemon from Sword and Shield, but Cinderace is definitely up there as another one of my favorites from the game. Sword and Shield just had a phenomenal lineup of Pokemon. You can't really go wrong with any of them, really. And I'm really excited to see what brand new Pokemon and regional variants we could be seeing in Legends next week. God, I am so freaking hyped for that game. Like, it's really... this is really one of my most anticipated game of the year. Like, this is gonna be such a big deal when talking main series Pokemon games. Because this is kind of Game Freak stepping outside of their comfort zone for the Pokemon series, and yeah, I really do hope it ends up being wildly successful because the game looks phenomenal, and yeah, and if it does end up being successful, then I hope we get to see more main series games that play like Legends, because I feel like the concept is excellent. Being an action RPG with turn-based combat, I feel like that is perfect for a modern 3D Pokemon game, and I feel like that can coexist with the classic turn-based games that we've had since Gen 1, all the way back in the 90s. But we will just have to wait and see what kind of a game Legends actually ends up being. But it's a Pokemon game, so it's most likely going to end up being pretty good. But this game is it's looking to be very special, and I really cannot wait for this. It's going to be a good time. I still haven't decided what Pokemon I'm going to be using for this game. That's because since this game is going to have brand new regional variants and brand spanking new Pokemon, I want to go up with as open of a mind as possible when it comes to seeing what Pokemon are going to be in the game. We know what certain Pokemon are going to be in the game. Of course, we know our starters, what certain regional variants are going to be like. Like, of course, we've seen Hisuian Growlithe, Basculegion, Hisuian Braviary, and Weirdeer. But, like, those are the only Pokemon, the only brand new stuff. Along with Hisuian Voltorb and Cleaver. Along with Hisuian Zoro and Zoroark. Derp. Man, I am blanking hard. But regardless, like I said, this is going to be a very special game. I have a feeling it's going to be a very special game. And if you pre-ordered the digital version, then the pre-mode is being rolled out right now, and will be unlocked next week. And according to Serbia, all players who download the game from the eShop before March will receive a serial code for 30 heavy balls, and the pre-mode is going to be 6 gigabytes. That's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. I'm going to be getting a physical copy because I'm a weirdo. I need to check to see if the weather is going to be good next week, so that, because I'm going to be going in person to pick up a copy instead of having it be shipped, because I do not trust shipping with when it comes to brand new Pokemon games, because I have went to go pick up my copy of the double pack for BDSP, and I'm gonna be doing the same thing for Legends. And so far, next Friday, the weather is looking pretty okay, so I should feel pretty alright with driving to the store to go pick up my copy. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time. It's going to be a very, very good time. I'm not sure what hopes I have for this game, honestly, because it's going to be such a different experience compared to Pokemon games of the past. It's going to be really refreshing. I really cannot wait to see what this game is going to be like. Shit. I just realized I'm on Cerebi right now, and looks like Cassidy and Butch are going to be coming back to the anime next week. Looks like the air date for Cassidy and Butch's return is going to be on the 28th. Crap. I did not realize that. That's what I get for not watching the anime. Derp. Well, that's cool. Alright, so, is there anything else that I can add for this week? another thing for the anime, of course, Erica has returned. I still need to watch that. And like I said, I need to catch up with the other episodes of the anime, because like I said, I haven't watched in a while. Also, Pokemon Go has a new event called the PowerPoint event, and it's going to be centering around Pokemon that will be found in each region's power plant, with Helioptile and Heliolisk being introduced to the game. So that's cool. Funny enough, Jolteon's one of the spawns that you can find in the wild, not raids. I found a wild Jolteon spawn in my house before I sat down to record this episode, so that's cool. That is, I guess you could say it's wild. I'm the worst. I regret nothing. Okay. So, with all that said, yeah, I think, there's nothing else I can discuss for this week. So, that's going to do it for us this week. Very exciting week coming next week. Hopefully, you will be hearing our thoughts and first impressions on Pokemon Legends Arceus once that comes out next week. And that's actually going to be, that's probably going to be our main focus, because next week is going to be episode 40. That is wild. Really looking forward to Legends next week. So I can already see us just gushing about the game next week. But until then, I want to thank you for watching. And through it all, we're still a family. Or one Genie family.